100 is nothing, right? 100 is nothing. Said, Satyajit, we have a problem. I told, what happened? And one of that fell on Swami's new car, right? And
The night before.
the night before, the headlight, the back brake light has been shattered. Ah, I'm telling, sir, don't tell me. How do I tell Swami this now? After the 70th birthday, Swami started speaking to me more, took me closer. And after the 72nd birthday, I started living with the Swami in the Purnachandra. The magnificence of the 100th birthday, and yet the insignificance of the 100th birthday. My personal view of that divine majesty.
Welcome to Love is the Path, a special podcast series by the International Sai Young Adults. We invite you to journey down memory lane as we relive the cherished world conferences and the joyous celebrations of Swami's birthdays. In today's episode, we're delighted to have with us Mr. Satyajit Salian, a gold medalist from the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning and Swami's personal attendant until 2011. Brother Satyajit shares heartfelt anecdotes from Swami's birthday celebrations, offering precious insights, memories, and lessons learned at the lotus feet of Mother Sai. Joining him in conversation is Brother Ritesh Reddy, all the way from San Francisco. Sairam.
Sairam again, Brother Satyajit. Welcome to our Love is the Path podcast. We're very, very excited to have you join us in this series to share more about your experiences of attending and being a part of the wonderful celebrations of Swami's birthday and also the world conferences. So before we get started, I'd like to still ask you a little bit about how you came to Swami and how, your time with Swami.
Oh, lovely. Firstly, thank you for this great opportunity. I admire the amount of work that the young adults are doing, and it's always a pleasure working with the young adults. But it's lovely to see the energy of the youngsters, and reminds me, it takes me back to my days, my early days. I came as a 17-year-old to Swami as a person who had finished his higher secondary education in India. I came during Swami. My first birthday that I saw was Swami's 66th birthday, right? So I got to see 20 birthdays of Swami, of which 4 were those mega, five milestone birthdays. The 70th was the first big birthday that I saw. 70th, 75th, 80th, and 85th, and just those 20 years is immense. The memories are so vivid even today. So I came as a 17-year-old, fresh from Bombay, and completely got immersed in the culture of Swami. That Swami had that magical world that Swami had weaved in not only in that geography but in the world itself, because it's different entering a world of Sai, right? Whether it is in Puttaparthi, whether it is anywhere else, the warmth, the culture is completely different. And I think we need to understand that. Young adults need to understand and imbibe the culture. Moreover, what I understand, the way I look at Swami's birthdays now, after these many years, is that he had curated the experiences for his devotees. Look at it that way. He has very consciously ensured that there has to be a procession, there has to be a grandness, there has to be music, there has to be a certain way in which the birthday is celebrated, because he wants all those masses who come there to experience something beautiful, something memorable. And it is the duty of all of us now to continue to create and curate those experiences for the rest of the people, the newcomers, right? So that's how we need to look at it. And so I am grateful for being inducted as a 17-year-old to the magnificence of his birthday celebrations. It was overwhelming to see that birthday on the 66th birthday for the first time. And we had just come in, and we were hearing a million things about the 65th birthday, which we had just missed. That was a big one. The Hanuman statue had got
Right.
in the 65th. and they were still talking about the 60th birthday where the Shanti Vedika had got inaugurated, the big stadium, and to be able to present a drama on that stage, saying that, oh, this was started on the 60th birthday, and here we are on the 66th or 67th birthday, that we are doing a drama on that Shanti Vedika, was a big thing. So the idea is those big milestone birthdays create a memory that lasts for many years after that. So that was my initiation into the birthday world.
It's just wonderful to hear you speak so much about the 66th birthday. As you said, the big milestone one just finished 65th. And, everybody that visits Parthi essentially has to see the Hanuman statue and the magnificent story behind it, right? The creator himself creating it. And it's just, as you said, there is something unique about it. So, Swami also brought you at the right time at the 66th. So you had 4 years to sort of build up to your first 70th, and the crescendo, I guess, in that sense, right? So what was that experience like going from the 66, 67? Did you see a buildup of energy and enthusiasm? What did Swami do in that?
So to me, I was still a student, right? So that was a world for me as a student who is slowly getting deeper and deeper into Swami's world, right? And the momentum of the first 17 years comes with you. You take time to get immersed into the ocean of Sai. Your earlier river that has flowed, the 17 years of river, is continuing to take you in a certain direction, and then you're finding that you are part of the ocean, and you're becoming bigger and bigger in your consciousness, and you're realizing that there is more to life than the small world of Bombay and schooling that I had experienced. And to me, the expansion came through cultural activities. To me, I learned Bharatnatyam, I learned Kathak, I learned Kuchipudi and various kinds of styles for the sports meets. Those were big events. Along with the birthday for the students, the biggest event is this annual sports meet, right? And for the birthday, especially because 23rd is the birthday, 22nd happens to be the convocation of the university. For the students, that's a big event, right? Because that's the convocation, and for culturally active youngsters like us, the birthday drama was a big thing. And that's called the birthday drama, right? It's not, we don't call it the convocation drama. It's like it's the 66th birthday. 66th birthday, Swami had not allowed a drama, and the 67th birthday was when we had the first drama, and that was like a big event. I remember being Saint Peter in that drama with just two dialogues in that entire drama. But to be on that Shanti Vedika was a big thing. And then as the years rolled by, I was becoming senior in the hostel. I was a youngster amongst the bigger brothers. And then by the time the 70th birthday came, I was the senior most. I was a part of the senior most batch. Right? You should visualize that is the fifth year now, 66, 67, 68, 69, and 70. And I was the senior most. It's so wonderful to be the elder brother in the hostel, and I got a very a lead role in the drama, and that was the time that my entire life transformed. And Swami started looking at me, started interacting with me, gave me tips about how to act in the drama, what how should I. And along with the drama, he was giving me life lessons of how to have a relationship with God, how to not bring your tamasic and rajasic qualities into your relationship with God. Because the drama was that I have lost a son, and I'm complaining against God and ranting and raving with anger because my wife and my daughter have already died, and now my son has got a hole in his heart. So all the agony of the real world is coming to bear onto my relationship with God. And my drama was where I was shouting out, telling that, what is this God? Don't talk about God. Where was he when I was suffering? Swami calls me down and says, why are you so angry with God? Itna angry nahi reh sakta. I told, okay, Swami, I'm looking at it only from an actor, director giving a direction to the actor. And okay, Swami, I went and told the director. Swami said, don't be angry. So the director told me, okay, then you tone down the anger, tone up the agony of having lost the child. So the next time Swami came for the rehearsal, I was, pouring my heart out. Oh, my child has died, and this and that. Swami said, "Itna sara log hai. There are so many people out there. How can you cry so loudly? Don't cry so much." So as I went and said to the director, Sir Swami has said, tone down the agony too. So director said, I give up. You decide. You take directions from the Lord. You do as He says. And so the reason I'm telling in so much of detail is there is the birthday. There's a grand massive thing happening. The world conference would be. We were not aware of those aspects. Yes, it was one more session that was happening out there. We were students. We would sit and listen to those sessions. We would be overawed by the speakers there. Some young adults coming and speaking in Puttaparthi. We would be overawed by that, but it was not part of our world as students. Yet Swami had time for that. He would, in spite of all those things, he would come for those rehearsals, sit for a couple of hours with us, and give us tips about small acting things. That attention to detail, right? That every single aspect builds up. So when there is a massive program that is happening, here is Swami that who is paying attention to every single detail. The amount of time that he has spent, I'm sure he has spent time with the international organization giving directions to the leadership there. He has spent time with the vice chancellor about how the main convocation drama should happen. He has given instructions to the trust and to the ashram authorities as to how the procession and how the other aspects should happen. He has been involved in every single detail, right? I think that's the lesson we need to take, that to do something grand, yes, you have to visualize the grandeur of the entire to curate something grand. You have to visualize the grandeur of the entire program, yet be attentive to small details, right? And we'll speak a little bit more about those small details also as we go ahead. And
Something that is awe-striking for me as well with Swami. He is as an entity, right? As a phenomenon, as God Himself, as our Guru. So many things to do, but He never misses those small things. And I just want to pick your brain a little bit more on, you actually had the opportunity to be with Swami during the, I would say, quote unquote, normal days. Although if I can, I don't know if I can say any day with Swami is normal, but for the sake of this, series, on normal days, you're with Swami, he's doing his, he's carrying out his regular activities. How do things change behind the scenes? Because in every act of Swami, there is some subtle message for us, as you said, spiritually, and for us as to grow in a particular direction. So if you can enlighten us a little bit on some insights that you've gotten, and like what was really different about these big events from Swami. How did he want us to do it and not want us to do it as well at the same time? Because we are all planning for the 11th World Conference, and Swami is, of course, a very large milestone on top of milestone, 100th birthday, right? So we would really like to learn how this happens and what the experience is for all the devotees.
okay, I can only I like to bring it all to my personal view of that divine majesty, because that's the only thing that you can speak about, right? You can only speak from your first person experience. So the first time that I got to see the bird's eye view, or the what shall I say, the inner circle view of the birthday, the big birthday, was the 75th birthday. By that time I was already with Swami. I had spent 3 years in the Purnachandra auditorium, 5 years of interactions, very close interactions. After the 70th birthday, Swami started speaking to me more, took me closer. And after the 72nd birthday, I started living with the Swami in the Purnachandra, right? So there were 3 years that I got to see. And there was really something different during the 75th birthday. What I had seen in the earlier two birthdays, which was celebrated in the Kulwant Hall in those days, and then came the 75th birthday, which was in the ground. That was my first experience, and the amount of preparation that was to be done for that was unbelievable. And what I remember on the birth, and getting the silver thrones ready, getting it all polished, and those kinds of things was a big event for us as the 3 or 4 youngsters who were taking care of these things inside the Purnachandra. But to me, on the birthdays, right, to your question as to what is different about Swami on those big birthdays, is that he is he is distant. You can make out that he is not focusing on small things at that point of time. He has done all those small fine tuning during the run up to the birthday, but during the birthday he is divine. You can feel that he is unapproachable. You'll think twice before asking what you would not think twice before asking Swami, can I do this, can I do this, or small details. You don't. This is not the time for small details. This is the time of reverence. You can sense it, the way, maybe it is the white robe that he dons and comes out right from his when he comes out of his bedroom, from the elevator. You look at him, there is a different aura around him. I'm not. He's not yet gone out. He's in the Purnachandra. He's just come out, and you can feel the aura. You can feel that energy. And it's as if you're in the presence of royalty. It's royalty is too low a word, right? It's you're
Sure, of
in the
course,
presence
majesty. Yeah.
of divinity, real divinity. I mean, you can make out the walk is different, and yet he is the same. And when he's going out, he will have the appreciation of everything. He would look at the rangoli and the powder decorations colorful powder decorations that the devotees do, the ladies do. His eye will not miss those beautiful details. He will look at that. He will pay attention to that. He will appreciate that. He will linger. His eyes would linger on that. And I'm sure the ladies who have done it would be sitting in some corner, and their eyes would be looking at his eyes, admiring their work, right? That connect. And he knows about all these things, and he would spend time. So even in that magnitude, he would not be giving specific instructions at that point of time, but he would be aware of every single detail, every single attention. But then nothing would shake him. If something moves or something is not working, it would be completely ignored at that point of time, because he is going in that regal thing, right? And so it's beautiful to watch him on a birthday, right?
Oh,
And
wow. I'm getting goosebumps. I'm getting significant goosebumps just listening to this. I've never had the opportunity to see Swami physically,
oh,
actually.
oh,
So this means that, like through your experience, I'm seeing so many facets to it. Like how I imagine Swami is always to be this divine figure, right? Like, because I've never interacted with him. And what you're telling me is just like stunning in some sense. I've never heard this before. This side, this perspective, this contrast actually. So thank you for sharing that so well. Thank you.
struck me that uh, I mean, the fact that you've never seen Swami physically. Oh, it wow, it opens up so much, right? That 15 years have passed, and there are youngsters who are coming in, uh,
Correct.
and yet getting so deeply engaged with his work, and so intensely. Uh, oh, this is fantastic. I think this has opened up a new perspective for me, Ritesh.
One of the things that is essentially the reason for doing this podcast again is actually that which you mentioned. Many have not seen Swami and that magnanimity and that majesty. So the question is, to be very frank with you, why do we still celebrate or why should we still celebrate, you think, these birthdays in this grand manner and pay careful attention to the details? Like what's the benefit we get from doing that? Do you have any insights on that? Yeah.
Lovely question. See, I think uh, in the when I was speaking in Pennsylvania recently for the regional retreat, I played on two things. I said that the magnificence of the 100th birthday, and yet the insignificance of the 100th birthday, right? in the larger scheme of things, in the eternity of Sai, 100 is nothing, right? 100 is nothing. So I really love the logo that has been created. It's Sai 100, Swami's as one, and the infinity thing, right? In the infinity aspect, infinity is too vast for us to comprehend. A human mind cannot comprehend infinity, and for us humans it is important to celebrate these milestones because it gives us a sense of how far have we traveled in our own progress to Swami, as a
Hmm.
samasti, as a Vyasti, as an individual, as a samasti, as a society. How much have we progressed? I think these are good checks for us, right? And the reason we need to celebrate in a grand way is it gives youngsters like you an opportunity to bring up leadership potential. To me, that's the only thing. It brings youngsters closer to Swami, because what I have seen with Swami, the reason we did all those things, the birthdays was so grandly celebrated, the drama that was done, the generation after generation, youngsters would get, some would be waiting for the bhangra chance, right? Chance to do bhangra for it. The others would be waiting for the dhoti to come in their hands so that they can chant the Vedam in front of Swami. So Swami has given me orange dhoti, and then I have an Angavastram, and I am part of that 150 youngsters who are chanting the Vedam. The senior most amongst them would wait for telling that when will I be the senior most that I can hold the kalasham and the pot and the coconut in front of that senior. The people who are in the drama, they would have worked for 3 to 5 years to hope that I will get a lead role. For me, that was a big thing, that I hope that I have done those small roles and now I am getting a lead role. So it's a growth for every generation. There is a growth, right? And the younger youth members, they would say that, okay, in the next, the fifth birthday, I would be probably the regional youth young adult coordinator, or I would have done that. So their own progress matches with the progress of these milestones. I think that's an important way to look at it. And for me, because the program is that big, it's such a massive program, and we, in our own small groups, the dramatic groups, the world conference group, the dining group, or whatever groups are available there, every group has something to work towards. I think these retreats are so important because it really makes us work with attention to detail and bring out our own leadership potential, our ability to work with. See, going from, for me, as a teacher, as a director of a school earlier, always I have seen that the journey of education is nothing but going from I to we, right? You expanding yourselves. And that's the spiritual journey. That's the reason young adults should participate in the birthday celebrations with wholehearted engagement, because it no it's so important, because you will not you because the memory that lasts. So why am I speaking about the 66th birthday or the 70th birthday with so much of passion today, 30 years later? I'm speaking with the same intensity and the same enthusiasm, because that was a big event in my life, and that has changed me, that has completely transformed me. I think creating those big events creates that when you look back in life, your entire life is not lit, right? It is these beautiful milestones that are lit. And when you look back, you will see the tapestry of your life. You would see those beautiful bright things. Otherwise, the birthday would come and go, it would not brighten your life if you do not be beautiful, right? So I think that's the reason. So birthdays will happen. It's your engagement that would determine how much that birthday has brightened your life.
Swami used the sacred occasion of his birthdays as powerful milestones for the upliftment of humanity. While the world rejoiced, he quietly launched initiatives that would elevate our consciousness, strengthen our character, and deepen our devotion. Not once did he seek anything on his birthday. Instead, he invited us to grow, to transform, and to offer our love through selfless service. Several educare, medicare, and sociocare initiatives took shape on his birthday. Through the nurturing of schools and colleges, he established a character based system of education, the urgent need of society today. Education that shapes values, refines the mind, and opens the heart. Through world class hospitals, he ensured medical care reached the poorest of the poor completely free of cost. He brought life giving water to parched villages and remote communities. And through village empowerment initiatives, he uplifted entire regions, restoring dignity, opportunity, and hope. For all of this, he did not need us. Yet, he lovingly included us to teach us how to be exemplar human beings, how to serve with humility, and how to love without boundaries. Indeed, his life is his message. And the greatest birthday gift we can offer him is to make our lives his message.
So beautifully said. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate. I think you really said why it is that we should want to take that entire ownership. Swami has given us the opportunity in the form of his birthday to actually recognize where we are in our journey and what we can do to brighten it. I think really well said. Likewise, as you are saying, planning for such big events can be a lot of work, day in and day out for us to be thinking about all these things and all this such. But beautifully enough, Swami knows all these things. So on the day of the birthday, there will be some moment, something that you will see or observe or notice, and that'll itself be that one memory that lasts in your life. And I know that one such memory, at least in your life, that you would like to, maybe share is, what was it like to see Swami in that convertible silver Benz on the
Yeah.
80th birthday?
That's
Like how was that for you?
no. That's a lovely memory. Coming to 80th birthday was when this convertible Benz thing happened, and that was. As I said, as we grow within the organization, as we grow with Swami, and the 80th birthday was a big responsibility for me because I was taking care of the Purnachandra at that point of time. uh, all these details came to me, and I realized how much of work is involved behind the stages. But it was so joyful. The what was earlier for the 75th birthday, and it was only about being enjoying the Swami, enjoying Swami's love, being the recipient of his grace, being a witness there. For the 80th, during the 80th birthday, it was like getting it done, getting things done. To me, it was, you are part of the machinery of Swami that needs to ensure that a beautiful curated experience happens for the devotees. And for me, that one of the big events was making sure the entire the Prashanti Mandir was being painted at that point of time, right? The main
Oh,
Prashanti Mandir.
big
So
deal.
you can
Yeah.
imagine, right? And every 5 years, all the buildings of Sathya Sai are painted there. The hostels, etc., get painted. But to me, it was earlier. It was saying that okay, they do get painted. It's somebody is in charge and somebody gets it done. But for the 80th birthday time, I remember I had taken the initiative. This was, for me, this was the year so important because it taught me to take initiative. And I'm talking to the young adults purposely. I'm bringing this out because it's about from being a recipient, from being a participant to being a curator of the experience, right? To be part of the organizing team, to be part of to start playing a role. I think that joy is there for the 80th. For me, 80th birthday is that, right? And so we had, for the first time, I think in 40-45 years, we had taken out every single item from the Prashanti Mandir, main Mandir, right? And all those there
Wow.
was just
Wow.
things, everything was taken out. The entire Kadapa floor of Purnachandra was filled with items, in different rows. There were old things, etc., which Swami wanted to either throw away or give away. And no, there were some beautiful idols of Rama and Sita and Lakshmana which got sent to the hostel, and these were all happening during the 80th birthday. Just imagine the run up to that. From about August onwards, the crescendo increase was improving, and it can only happen when that's big event that's happening, right? And then closer to the birthday, getting those the SLN jewelers were the people who used to come and polish. So to really look at how cyanide is used to polish silver, and how that whole thing is done, and the dazzle of those glorious chairs on which we want Swami to be seated. Also remember that by that time Swami's body was becoming frail, right? It was becoming frail. And uh, uh, and we when Swami used to go for darshan, we used to have pillows so that his body is well supported, kind of a thing, right? And but otherwise, he had a tendency to go slightly to the side. I'm The reason I'm speaking about these things, because I'm criticized many a times to that I'm speaking about these aspects, but I'm very clear that every aspect of Swami needs to be observed and relished. How the physical frailty of Bhagawan's body never impacted his self,
Vision and execution. Yes.
his not only but his true persona, right? The body, when he says that I am not the body, he genuinely is not the body. The body is going through its natural process of aging, right? But along with that comes this, but in spite of that, the same energy continues, the same love, that same compassion, the same uh, 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 vision towards others rather than for to himself continues. And then it becomes our responsibility, because he has said, this body is your responsibility, you take care. So on that big thrones, because the thrones are out there, and the pillows are out there, we had to make it compact. You see those details, if you look at those thrones in detail, and if you compare the photos of the older thrones and to the throne on
Later ones. Yeah.
there is a layer of cushion that has come along with that, which so it's compact for Swami, yet it's big for the devotee, right? So how do you fit the small physical frame of Sai in a s- in a cozy manner, without impacting the grandeur of the divinity of Sai, right? To me, that was the
That's
that
incredible. No,
you
no, no.
understand.
I love that. I love that. I actually enjoy that because I think that is where Swami is always testing us or giving us that third way. I personally believe that the Swami always gives us a moment and he'll put two choices in between. And if we listen to our heart, there will be a third way that only the divine can show us. That'll be, that beautiful, elegant solution. So thanks for sharing that.
And to me, the attention to detail, that every devotee came, right? The people who were doing, the carpenters who were coming, the upholsters who had come, etc., they all wanted details as to what is the perfect distance of the elbow for Swami to be comfortable on that big throne. How do you make that big throne compact? I mean, that was the whole focus of our preparation to Swami. Like, it's like, I could resonate with what Shabari was doing, right? That when Shabari was sweeping the things, and he's saying that, oh, this Swami explains that, oh, these branches are too low, my Rama is so tall, his these branches may these twigs may hurt his hair, so let me cut those branches on that. Oh, these pebbles may touch may so let me sweep those places when my Rama comes. So that attention to detail from the devotees, that's important, because you're doing it for the magnificent Lord. So when youngsters are creating something for Swami, I think, not just look at Swami in the physical form, but look at every devotee who comes to the birthday celebrations as Swami. How do we attend to every single detail for their comfort, right? That is something that, and you will speak about that for years together, because it has become a part of you. You have lived for somebody else, you have lived for the divine in the collective form. You understand?
Yes.
These are
Yes.
we need to imbibe.
I mean, this amazing insights. Thank you. Because as you know, we are planning right now for Swami's 100th birthday celebrations, and we are going through the same situations as you. Like, how do we make sure that we execute as part of Swami's missionary to curate that experience for the devotees that are coming? How do we make sure that we don't miss any details at the same time, do things compassionately?
Yes.
You gave a wonderful story a while ago that the carpenters themselves voluntarily were asking, what should the distance be for Swami's elbow and his hip, I suppose, right?
Yeah, yeah.
How do we How do we share this kind of enthusiasm with more people? That's sort of been the question of the younger leadership for
Yeah.
quite some time. And yeah, thank you for sharing that.
And you specifically asked about the car thing, and
Yes.
that was a surprise. You know, this this car was gifted by a wonderful devotee from Houston, Vimal Kothari ji. Had donated this car. A very silent devotee. He had donated the car. There was no. He wanted that car to be with Swami as a birthday gift, and it all went through. I still remember Swami accepting the car. It was brought it was brought to the Purnachandra, and Swami said you should drive the car, and I got the opportunity to drive Swami in that beautiful car. It was I still remember the maroon or red upholstery of that car. That was the only time that Swami sat in that car. But these are small details that remain with you forever. As I said, the previous day to the birthday is a convocation. This is the 80th birthday, so there was a convocation drama, and the car was parked inside the Purnachandra. The drama was in the Purnachandra, and the car was parked in the on the ladies' side in the Purnachandra, so that no, all the other cars were taken out for the drama, but this car, because it was the birthday car, it was kept in the Purnachandra. And during the entire after the entire drama was over, uh, Swami finished the drama, blessed the boys. He came on the 22nd. Next day is the birthday, and around 7:30 or 8 o'clock in the night, I get a call from Naren Ramji, who was then the registrar of who was in charge of the dramas at that point of time. Later on, went on. Swami appointed him as the registrar of the university. Narenji called me and said, Satyajit, we have a problem. I told what happened. See, some of the boys, they were lifting the speakers, those big speakers. There were those massive speakers, and one of that fell on Swami's new car, right? And
The night before.
the night before, the headlight, the back brake light has been shattered. Right, and he said, "Satyajit, we are trying our best. We have sent people to Bangalore to see whether we can get the same light or not." Uh, I'm telling, sir, don't tell me. How do I tell Swami this now? This is the car that is to be used, the new car. Swami has not sat in that car. It is to be used for birthday. And I was in, no, I was really worried how to go and tell. I have to tell it. I told Swami, "Tappu లేదు, అవుతుంది, no problem." It's the way Swami took it in the stride. As I said, in the grand scale of things, for us, these small things are so important. But for him, the mistakes of his children are always, if those mistakes are about their character, he would be a tyrant. He would be so furious and he would blast so much. But the mistake would be huge, but it's not, it's out of, it's genuinely an error, right? That would be completely forgiven. That balance was something beautiful. And I remember then with somehow they had brought some red tape and all those things and made it so they could not get a new light. They had fixed it so beautifully that nobody ever noticed. Obviously, in the big scheme of things, it's not. So that's a memory. Again, these are wonderful small memories in the big scheme of things that light up our lives. but but after the birthday, I still remember. I Swami. I don't remember Swami sending me with a specific message to anybody, but to Vimal sir, Swami sent the message telling me, "You go on 24th." I think he told me to go to Vimal sir and said that. See, he is such a silent devotee. He has given a car. He has given with so much of love, but there is no adambaram. That means there's no what's the word for adambaram? The no noise around this, right? No ostentatiousness
Pomp.
around, no pomp
Pomp.
around,
Yeah.
no pomp around that. He has just donated and he's sitting in a corner. You tell him that I will speak to him. You tell him to wait, not to go. And he was. I think I went, and he was saying that I was about to leave, and then he's held on for a day, and Swami gave an interview to him. But so again, the point is, amongst the big things that happen, the small attention to detail that in the big search for Sita, Swami has time for Shabari. right? Rama had time for Shabri. He has the time for these small uh, acts of love and compassion on the way in that magnificent car to the stadium. He would make sure that he's looking out and appreciating the rangoli on the this thing, and always in front of the general hospital, from the mandir to the ground, to the stadium, there is a general hospital, and we go through the hill and that general hospital, and in front of the general hospital, the doctors and the devotees would create a very elaborate artwork on the ground, right? And Swami would always make sure that he'll spend time on the way, on the sports meet day and on birthday. This would be there. So these are things that I want to consciously recall, to make that birthday one day of beauty, to stretch into infinity, because there are so many incidents happening in that one day. And every day, every devotee you would speak to would have something to say and something to add to that one day of their experience.
Yeah, absolutely. That's my, I would say, goal, personal goal. In many ways, this would be my first conscious milestone birthday as well. Right? Like, even though the 95th birthday happened during the pandemic, this would be my, in person, to see that magnanimity of, as you said, seeing the Swami in the collective, that energy, and actually absorbing it. And I'm very much like looking forward to, that the whole Thank you for sharing about the car. And I know, likewise, given that you've spent what 20 plus years and at least four milestone birthdays, you have so many other situations. Do you want to talk about any of the other memories
Oh
that have
yes.
really like lasted in your mind from Swami's birthdays?
So the progression again, right, from the 80th to the 85th. Now 85th birthday was ended up being the last that we celebrated with Swami in the physical form. uh, by then, the transition for me, Swami had ensured a different kind of a transition, right? He had, for all those years, I was taking care of the basic finances and accounts of the central trust, in charge of the investments and those kinds of things. But in 2010, he told me to start to take care of a program called the Vidya Vahini program, and we had initiated that. We had, a few of us had taken the initiative, and we had done that. And 85th, on the 85th birthday, the reason I'm saying that is, on the 85th birthday he inaugurated that program, right? So to me, that was the transition. So as I said, a young boy in the 70th birthday, participating in a drama and playing a role and feeling good about it. 85th 75th birthday was someone inside, but looking at being getting a ringside view of the magnificence of Swami. 85th birthday, in charge of certain things and getting things done, and and then 80th birthday and 85th birthday was being part of the mission of being something, doing something for in consonance with his mission for the world, right? That was the experience that I got. And uh, we were thinking of the Vidyavani program as a small, can we get the new E wave into the human values program? Can we make it E human values, right? And he expanded the program by giving the name Vidya Vahini, his own book. He said that you give the name Vidya Vahini. And then all of a sudden he said, make a presentation to Mr. Ratan Tata, right? And he was supposed to come, and we were supposed to make a presentation to Ratan Tata. And Mr. Tata, he decided to support the program. He said that this is something worthwhile. I will ensure that this is supported. He sent Mr. Chandrasekharan, who is currently the chairman of Tata Sons, and he sent him the following week. He was very happy with this program, and as we were designing this program, that the presentation to Mr. Ratan Tata was was not a very good one, because we were not so well prepared. And then came, within a week later, there was a presentation to Mr. Chandrasekharan, which was crisp and perfect, because in that 1 week I was grilled and grilled and drilled by two dignitaries. One is Professor Panchanathan, Professor Punch, as they call it. He was there, and the other is Harish brother. Both of them, made sure that the presentation is perfect. So this was sometime in June. Okay, so again, look at the run up to a massive birthday, and by the time the birthday had come, we had taken the program to a level where it had already started getting traction, right? And so Ratan Tata had come, and he was overseeing the preparation for the launch of the birthday. So in that massive birthday program, for us, it's a 5 or 7 minute slot to inaugurate a program, right? And Mr. Ratan Tata was supposed to come onto the stage, and he was supposed to receive something. He had come on the previous day, and he was looking at the video that would be played on the inauguration day. And there was one clip of Swami where he was speaking about human values and the importance of values in education. And Ratan Tata, please understand, Ratan Tata ji was meeting Swami probably in his 83rd or the 84th year of life. And he was seeing Swami on a wheelchair. He was seeing a frail Swami. And when he saw this video, he saw that energetic Swami, telling about with his voice like a bell, ringing like a bell, and speaking like a lion, speaking about. And Ratan Tata, Mr. Ratan Tata, he says that, oh, he's speaking with his bass voice, right? Oh, he's speaking with such energy. I have come too late to him. Oh, I came so late to him. I came so late to him. I missed out, kind of a thing. That aspect, and he was in the audiovisual center of the book trust, in a corner of Prashant Nilayam, overseeing our presentations and preparing for it. And on that day, if you see the photograph, I think you'll see the grace with which he has knelt down like a knight in front of the king. Right, his one knee is down, the other knee is up, and he's holding the laptop for Bhagawan. That's a day that I'll never ever forget, because that the way I looked at it was that Swami is aware. We were not aware of that. Obviously, Swami is aware that this is a program that was the only program that he had started and not completed, right? The other programs, he has started in one birthday, and said that on the next day I will inaugurate the program. I will inaugurate the hospital. I will inaugurate the water project. I will inaugurate this. This was, and every project was completed in his presence. The inauguration is the completion of the water project, and the water will start flowing on that day. But the Vidya Vahini program he started, and I was saying, I always used to articulate to motivate youngsters to join the program. I would say that this is a program that Swami has created with his trust on us, on all of us, saying that my devotees will take this forward. I am inaugurating this program for you all to engage. I think that's the way that's what I learned from him, saying that, his physical presence on the earth with all of us mattered at that point of time, but is not the only way he takes things forward. His inspiration continues, and we should with invoking his presence, invoking his grace, we should start new programs. We should start or should strengthen the programs that he has, and those programs should be for the betterment of humanity at large. There cannot be smallness in our thinking. There cannot be narrowness in our thinking. It has to be broad. It has to be magnificent. It has to it has to be worthy of bearing Sathya Sai's name, right? And I think that's the way we should look at it. And it is not about gloriousness, or it's not about the zing bang of it's not about that. It's about the magnificence of the intention to do good to the most deserving, the most needy, is something that should drive, and it has to happen internationally. It has to happen globally. It has to happen in the in the nooks, in the farthest nooks and corners of the world, right? And the Prashanti Nilayam has to be a radiating energy. Prashanti Nilayam is not about oh, I am Prashanti Nilayam, I am Puttaparthi, I need people to come to me, but it's about this is Prashanti Nilayam, this is the energy that radiates energy
Really.
radiates. The vectors should be pointing outwards. Vectors should be pointing inwards. That's I think an important takeaway for all of us in my way. So 85th birthday was that. 85th, all those things were there. I mean, the same chairs, the same the silver polishing and all those things. But that did not. That is not what I take away. Those things became the easy part, saying that okay, I know how it is done, and that was all those work was there. Yet the focus was on service. So for me, that was the transition from that young boy doing that small drama thing to a person in charge, or and he has made me grow that way. He had ensured that this youngster has grown in those 20 years, and I think that's the beauty of Bhagwan's love, is it not? To see.
Absolutely. And I think, I always think one thing. He always says, you do my work, I'll do your work. I always found it interesting because what is his work? He always just loves to put it on himself. Like the work that is the best for us, he puts it on himself and tricks us into, saying it's his work, but it's really always been for us. Like everything, every celebration has been for us.
That's a beautiful thought, Ritesh. Absolutely. It is. It's not. It's nothing. Nothing. What does he need? He does not need anything.
Exactly. You've given us so much in your journey, right? Like I've gotten so much just from talking to you, starting with the physical presence, right? Like what is the example that Swami, set in every one of his actions, both on, every activity, but also on the birthday. But also when did he actually give us that divine glory that we just experience that bliss, right? When we are in his presence. But you also showed us how really what he came for and what he wanted to give us is, in the very end, right? He wanted us to continue that legacy of his mission, and in that we continue to grow actually. So it is not a ritualistic celebration, but it's a pure privilege to be given that opportunity to do this in this way. And I'm at a loss for words, because that's why we started the podcast, because we couldn't express that magic that happens when thousands of people come together in his name, and that divine magic is created, and we don't know who takes away what, but we know for sure that everybody is walking away with a memory for a lifetime and as a changed person. You really, brought that lot of clarity into that thought and process. We just didn't know how to express it, but I think your words really put all of that back together for us. Thank you.
Such a wonderful initiative, brother. I mean, to sit and reflect with many devotees about the importance of celebrating. So because especially being a charitable organization, being you one always tends to think, saying that would this money not be better spent on a charitable activity, right? Why should we be doing this? This was a question that had come to me from one of the gentlemen in during the retreat, the regional retreat, right? He was saying that, oh, but no, that is one thing that keeps in the back of my mind. But then it is important for the impact of these celebrations are manifold, because it energizes the thousand who come to that birthday, to that celebration, or a 10,000 who come to attend. That becomes multiplied a thousand times, because they want to contribute, they want to pass it on further in their own circles, and that spreads like wildfire. I think any source of inspiration will always radiate energy outwards again. I think that's why it is important. These are all important, what shall I say, important. I'm into yoga and pranayama now. So these are important breath exercises. These are important pranayama for us to really breathe deeply, really imbibe his spirit, so that we go rejuvenated. We go with
Yes,
more further energy and continue to do his work. I think that's what these
absolutely.
incidents are all about. These birthdays are all about.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that. And in just sharing your journey, you've given so much wonderful advice for the young adults and the younger leaders, and how to think and shape, their actions so that they're in alignment with what Swami wanted for all the young adults. So we thank you immensely for that. One thing I wanted to ask you, in closing is, it's Swami's 100th birthday. As you said, it's significant and insignificant. But from taking the significant part of it, I wanted to ask you, is there something you're looking forward to from the 11th World Conference or even the Swami's 100th birthday? What is it that you look forward to yourself?
I am looking forward to. I mean, this would be the first time that I'll be celebrating a birthday out of India. I'm really looking forward to coming to LA and seeing the event. To me, it'll be a new experience. Every birthday has, as I said, has created new experiences for me, and I'm sure this would be, celebrating it with a global fraternity, with an international fraternity out there. I want to see where have we reached in these 100 years, right? And or more importantly, where have we reached in these last 15 years, where Swami has not been with us physically, but has continued to inspire us to continue to continue to hold our hands and take us forward with him. Want to see really what is the next phase that is being visualized by the international organization leaders, and how can I be of support, and how can we ensure that all of you youngsters are in support of this beautiful initiatives that we will start. I really am excited about the initiatives, really am excited about being with all of you for the 100th birthday.
We hope that when we get to meet, we all discuss this and we have Swami speak through us and Swami act through us and give us that energy. Well, it was a pleasure having you, Brother Satyajit, on our Love is the Path podcast. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your time.
And to end this episode, we leave you all with a snippet of Swami's divine discourse delivered on his 70th birthday. Jai Sai Ram.